All right, hey, this is Craig Ford. Meet the staff. This might be one of my favorite interviews. I can't say my favorite, Rod, but one of my favorites because I might hurt somebody's feelings. But this is my friend Rod Scott, and Rod's coming on. He started yesterday, officially
Actually, well, officially it was last Friday.
last Friday.
I think it was the 3rd,
All right,
March
but
3rd.
but he came January the 3rd.
Yes, I came in January
And
3rd.
shadowed David Hooks with IDA. Rod brings a wealth of information when it comes to industrial development and economic development. So the secret is Rod and I served 16 years together in the Alabama legislature. And Rod is from the Birmingham area, the Fairfield area, and he is relocating to Gadsden. And I got to go ahead and say he dates a wonderful, pretty lady, and she's smarter than Rod.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, praise the Lord. We needed that. But we're all good friends. And Rod, I'll let Rod tell you a little bit about himself, but I'll just tell you that I tell people this all the time. Rod has 2 Ivy League degrees, and we served on the Education Budget Committee together, which is an $8 billion budget, and the Education Trust Fund in Montgomery. And when Rod would start talking that Ivy League stuff, I'd sit back and I'd just say, that's what I was trying to say, So, but Rod, you introduce yourself.
Okay, well, great. Well, he's let the cat out of the bag. He said, I have 2 Ivy League degrees. I have an economics degree from Yale and an MBA from Dartmouth. And, it's just been an honor to have a great education and also to meet great people like Mayor Ford. Without serving in the legislative body, I don't think we ever would have met.
No, I don't think we would have either.
But-
Maybe we might have, but probably not.
Yeah, but serving together gave us a real chance to get to know each other and also to learn the governmental process.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that your experience as a legislator will certainly help the city of Gadsden.
Well, and
perform
having you
better.
on here too will help us. But which school was harder?
That's an interesting question. I guess I have to go to the 4-year school, coming straight from Alabama
Yeah.
into the Ivy League school. Let's just say it was a lot of adjustments I had to make.
Mine was high school. Yeah. But
I
yeah.
made those adjustments, and once I made the adjustments, and I had to really pick up study skills because I had not concentrated.
I was the
on
same way. When I got out of high school, I wasn't prepared. And
Yeah.
that's just, I think boys mature later.
Yes.
I was more interested in playing football and running around not going to class. But so Rod is coming on, and he's coming to the building department, and that's going to be his primary job. Carrie Payne retired out of personnel, human resources. So then we moved Nick Call, who's got a wealth of experience, and I thought he'd make a great fit in that area. Nick moved there, and Rod got hired into the building department. But that's not his only job. You can't put Rod's expertise as the building department guy and just expect that. But Rod is also the liaison to the Industrial Development Authority.
Absolutely.
And Rod's now taking over the Land Bank Authority from Chamberlain, who's standing behind the cameras. And we just told Chamberlain, you got to train Rod. He said, I'll do my best. He said, I got your back. I got your back.
I need his help.
Yeah, but Chamberlain's been good at that and everything. And I told Chamberlain for the people out there is that this ain't a taking something from Chamberlain deal. It's that Chamberlain's too good at what he's doing here. We want more time here.
Yes, yes.
So, because this is getting our message out.
Absolutely, which I will say is a fascinating approach to communicating with the voters, the citizens in Gadsden.
Well, I appreciate it. And I want to ask you something, and we haven't prepared our questions or anything, but Rod, what is one thing that we can do as a team to help recruit industry in Gadsden?
That is a really interesting question. And what I see, Mayor, is that you're doing all the things that needed to be done. I mean, you reignited a city plan, and the city hasn't had a plan since, was it 1972 or 74?
74. Yeah.
Since 1974. So you know that that's a long absence for not having a direction for the city to go in. And utilizing and realizing that we sit on a magnificent river.
That's right.
And that river could be a major draw for industry, but for also people coming into Gadsden. And it's not that the river is navigable is that the river brings probably more entertainment to North Alabama
That's right.
than any other activity in the Northeast.
Yeah. Have you been to the falls yet? Have we gotten you up there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. It is absolutely beautiful.
I'm the number one fan of the falls. I think it's beautiful. I mean, how many cities would love to have that asset?
Yes, but not only that, you've decided to go ahead and improve it to make
Yes.
it a bigger
Yeah.
draw.
So let
To-
me ask
to
you
the
this:
city.
how important are having good schools to industrial development?
It's crucial. It is absolutely crucial to have a good school system that actually changes its focus not just to an academic perspective, but to a workforce development perspective.
That's right. Yeah.
And your ideas associated with saying let's mature our young people so that we can grow this economy and actually have people learn skills, take jobs, and then they can grow substantially within the
That's
city
right.
of Gaston. It's,
So-
it's amazing.
For the people, I want to tell you that Rod got out of the legislature in 2022, and I called Rod before the election, and I said, Rod, I don't know how things going to turn out. You know, they didn't turn out too good for me in 2018. I was actually happy about it. I was sad that for a week because people really
Yes.
helped me out a lot. I appreciate it, but Rod's election didn't turn out either the way he wanted, but it turned out a positive. God works in mysterious ways. And I just said, Rod, would you consider Gaston? And he said, yes. And Rod's another one that's making less money coming to Gaston because he got offered some other jobs from the governor of Alabama and some of the people in Montgomery to come work for them. And Rod believes in our vision, and Rod's a vital part of our team. And I mean, I love Rod. Rod and I are buddies. And I got to tell you a funny story, though. You probably don't know if you remember, but when we were in the legislature, we were all rushing to get to committee rooms. You spilled something on your shirt. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I told one of our staff guys, Lance, and I said, Lance, go buy that man a shirt. I said, we got to have him in committee. He goes, where do I go at 8 o'clock? I said, I don't know, find somewhere. I think Lance went home and got his own shirt.
Yeah.
But we
But it was a nice white shirt.
That's
so
right.
It worked.
Did you give it back?
Nah, I kept it.
I hear you. I don't blame you. But Rod and I have been friends a long time, and Rod's potential, geez, it's like taking, I don't know how old Rod is, but it's like taking an 18-year-old and knowing, man, Rod can change this city alone, much less being on a team.
Well,
and I know that.
You know, Craig, I appreciate your saying that, but let me just say, I'm better at doing what I do, but your leadership skills as a mayor, they're just tremendous.
Well, thank you.
And it's not only reflected in your being a mayor, but your position in the National Guard, where you've become a regional commander, is pretty impressive.
Well,
And
thank you.
that gives you the proper perspective on creating a team and getting things done.
Well, you knew my uncle was Danny Ford at Clemson, and he won a national championship at age 33. And I don't really think Danny knew much about anything, but he had some good assistants.
Smart guy.
Well, he had a guy named Bill Oliver that nobody ever heard of back then, who everybody knows now, Brother Bill. He had a guy named Woody McCovey who went on up to Michigan State, who everybody knows now. And he had the best assistants in the world, but he got them before they were tapped to become bigger and better. So, but let me tell you, I'm only as good as the people around me, and man, we got a team. I mean, I say we got an A team. We got every type of personality, and we hash it out. We get in here sometimes, and we flare a little bit, but we all come out together as one, and we know what the end goal is to make Gaston grow. But tell me, so in building department, you've been up there a little bit. What do you see envisioning? What can the building department do, and what are you doing? And I love the idea about the mapping.
Yes. One of the major things we are looking at is using the GIS system, the Graphical Information System, and actually looking at how we should redesign the city from a zoning perspective to take advantage of the natural resources that are here within the city of Gaston.
That's fantastic. When's the last time that's been done? Do you have any idea?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Oh, geez is the answer. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I think it was being done by the Etowah Industrial Development Authority, which is primarily actually funded by Gaston. And that's a blessing because Gaston is reaching out and helping the other cities in the
Yeah.
whole county move forward. The Northeast I see as a tremendous opportunity because there's a vacuum in the Northeast for us to reach out
Yeah.
to industrial development and reach Georgia and Tennessee and potentially Huntsville and all the way over to Mississippi.
That's right.
So that's not going on within the state. So it leaves a vacuum.
You know, and the part I love is Etowah County has 103,000 in it. Gadsden has about 33,000. But then contiguous counties around us is DeKalb, Blount, St. Clair, Cherokee over here, and then I'm thinking of one down St. Clair, Cherokee, DeKalb. There's 5 of them. I don't know if I missed one. But all of those counties are smaller than ours, and they're great counties. But they do a lot of their central services in our area, and especially Gadsden.
Mm-hmm.
The city of Gadsden triples in population from 8 to 5, and we have 2 hospitals and a huge medical presence. And so, like you said, Northeast Alabama, man, we're the hub. You know, we got to take advantage of it. And Rod went with me to D.C. When we took our staff up to Washington, and we visited around to some departments. It was phenomenal. And Rod knew we walked in to Senator Katie Britt's office. And, you know, we were in there waiting on her and looked like little school children. And then Katie comes in and she goes, Rod! And I was like, we're going to be good with her. Yeah. But we appreciate her, and you and her were good friends. But the one I was impressed about D.C. was the ARC, the Appalachian
yes.
Regional Council.
Yes.
And how, was that done under President Eisenhower or President Roosevelt?
I think it was Roosevelt.
I can't remember. They came up with the 13 states, and I should know that. It was Roosevelt. 13 states along the Appalachian Trail, and they get funding every year in the budget. And Senator Joe Manchin's wife is who we met with, and
Yes.
she talked about the rails to trails and all the money we could get. And you had some great comments in there about how we could hook up with Rome and bring those bicycle trails on over, and I thought that was phenomenal. So, but man, I'm telling you, we're looking forward to some more time together and some more energy and some more friendship, and then growing Gadsden again.
Well, I just want to appreciate you for your leadership. Again, a mayor has to have the skill set that you have, and you're using it perfectly. You're building a great team, and your focus is on the community and its development.
Well, I appreciate it. All right, brother.
Okay.
I love this, man. All right, bud. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
no problem.